This video is to teach you the open buttonhole filler stitch. The open buttonhole filler stitch requires a foundation row of back stitches around the shape that you're going to put the filler stitch on. Also, the size of these back stitches, I don't know if you can see mine, about 1/4 inch. The larger they are, the more airy your filler will look or appear. So we're going to start by bringing our needle to the front of the work between two back stitches, between the thread and the applique also, and pull it through. Then you're going to take the back of your needle and working from left to right, you're going to slide the needle behind the first stitch to the right from above. So we're going to go and leave your thread at the bottom, and we're going to go to this stitch to the right and put our needle and thread through, leaving our thread under the needle and making the first little loop. And you're going to watch your tension on that. And then you're going to go and you're going to continue weaving in the same manner to complete the first row. So then we're going to go to the next back stitch, needle under that stitch with your thread looped under your needle as you pull it through, keeping the tension the same as you complete this row. And that'll make more sense as we go along. Then we're going to go to the next stitch, do the same thing. From above, bring it through and make your loop, keeping all this tension the same, and your row in the same, kind of at the same order, if you can see that, the same depth. I hold my thread down here, it seems to be easier that way. And then you'd pull it through there, keeping your tension the same. Then we're going to go down through this one from the top and keeping your tension the same. I do feel like this is a more difficult stitch because of the tension. We're going to go down from the top again, making our little loop. When we get to the side, like we've completed a row, it looks like, and they're not all going to be perfect because their back stitches are going to be different and everything. We're going to take the thread out of the side stitch like this, out from the inside, and pull it. Not snug, kind of even with the bottom of that row. Then come in from the next stitch to start your next row. So we're going to work the other way, and you loop your thread down and you go through the loop you just created from the last row. You're making another row of looped stitches, keeping that tension the same. Always make sure you go through the next loop from the last row and keep your tension the same. Make another loop with your thread, go into the bottom of that loop and pull it through. Keeping your thread here, go into the next loop and pull it through. Loop your thread again, go into the next loop and pull that too. So now we've got almost our second row of filler stitches there. We're going to go one more time into this loop at the side so it doesn't leave a hole on the side, and pull it through too. Now we have our complete row. So we're going to take our thread and go out of that next back stitch to tighten up that row. See how it kind of tightens it up? We got our little loops going on here. Then we come in from the next back stitch down because we're going to start our next row. We come in and that kind of tightens up that row. So we start all over again. we start in this loop, the first loop there, go over our thread, and make another row. We're going to go to the next loop. I always have to check sometimes to make sure which one I'm going in. This one, I think. Next loop, and pull it. The next loop, and pull it down. See how we're creating a third row? The next loop, and pull it in. The next one, and pull it in. And then your last loop over here at the side, and you're pulling that in. Now we've made another row. See how it's coming together, and you're going to fill half of it, or you could fill the whole circle. And to tighten this again, we go through that next loop back stitch down on the side of your applique, pulling that kind of tight there to make your row. And if you wanted to start another one, you would go through this and do the same thing going back. If you're done, you would just take your thread and tack it back to the back of your project. And sometimes if I want these loops to stay down, I would take the same color thread and come back up and tack each little loop to hold that down. You might consider that the top of an acorn or some hair on a project, but that is how you make the open buttonhole filler stitch.